Now I want you to pause this video and write down what you know about roots. Did you cover the following points? Roots absorb water. The water then gets transported to the rest of the plants. Roots need energy from the food provided by the leaves. Some roots, like the carrot, store food. Now let's look at this diagram. This is a cross-section of a root. Can you guess which of these are the water-carrying tubes and which are the food-carrying tubes? Now take note, there are different tubes for carrying water and different tubes for carrying food. So these are the water carrying tubes and these are the food carrying tubes. Now pause the video. Can you think of any differences between the water carrying tubes and the food carrying tubes? Do you notice that the water carrying tubes are a lot larger than the food carrying tubes? Why do you think that is so? Now this is the cross-section of the stem. Do you notice that it's very different from the cross-section of the root? Pause the video and write down what the differences are. Now, in the stem, can you figure out which are the water carrying tubes and which are the food carrying tubes? Did you guess right? The ones on the outer side are the food carrying tubes, and the ones over here are the water carrying tubes. Food carrying tubes are also known as phloem, and water carrying tubes are also known as xylem. Take note that the word food and phloem, it sounds as if it begins with the same type of pronunciation. Both begin with the f sound. Now, what differences do you notice between the food carrying tubes and the water carrying tubes in the stem? Pause the video and write it down. Next, sap. Plants use sap to transport water and nutrients. The xylem sap is made up of mostly water and mineral salts. The phloem sap is made up of water and sugars. Now this is what sap looks like. It's very watery because both the saps are mostly made up of water. And it uses the sap, which goes through the tubes, to transport water and nutrients. So if you think of an MRT line, the tubes are the MRT railway tracks, alright, and the sap is like the train itself. It is used to transport things. Now let's think of in terms of the human body. If the tubes are like our veins, our capillaries and arteries, what would the sap be like? Do you guess blood? Yes, it would be like the blood. Now, if we look at this aphid, it is feeding on one of these saps, either the xylem or the phloem sap. Can you guess which sap it is feeding on? Do you guess the phloem sap? Yes, it is feeding on the phloem sap because it is made up of water and sugars, and it needs these sugars for energy.